A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing people out there to the channel Twinflame Union. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Dark Night of the Soul, a topic that is not something new for people who are in the Twinflame community, but there are a lot of you who do not generally understand everything about it, especially when you're going through it, when you're in the Dark Night of the Soul, when you're experiencing it, you do not know how to get out of it. And that itself can prolong the process and it can make it very long. Why does Dark Night of the Soul happen? Dark Night of the Soul happens when you go through a soul shock, when a lot of your beliefs shatter, when you are heartbroken, when you feel betrayed, when you feel that there is no purpose to life. Recently, a friend of mine told me when I asked him that what exactly do you feel right now, these days? What is making you feel this heaviness and darkness? He said that I feel that there is no purpose to anything. There's no meaning to anything. There's no use of anything. And he just could not feel any gratitude or any appreciation of anything that he has in the present moment. I intend to give you a singular perspective of the Dark Night of the Soul, because when we separate ourselves from the good and the bad and we make a wall and we have these notions about duality, that's when we go through the Dark Night of the Soul. And Dark Night of the Soul is like the peak of that feeling, when that feeling is so much, so deep, that anger, that frustration, that rage. Now, even though most of you feel that there is no purpose of all this, be it the feminine or be it the masculine, you feel that whatever is happening in your life it's not something that you deserve. And you might be thinking that there's no purpose of this Dark Night of the Soul. But let me tell you, from my own practical experience, I'm saying this, that the Dark Night of the Soul is a very, very important station. It's a very important junction of this twin flame journey. Chalo, so jao. It's there to create that pressure from within, that rage from within. That is the job. It's there to make you question your existence. Dark Night of the Soul is also there to make you understand that you're still in the journey. That means there is work that you need to do. That means you cannot ignore. Because the more you're going to ignore this feeling, this dark feeling, it will have more hold on you. If you're going to see through it, look through it, feel it. Because most of the times that people who are on this journey, what they're trying to do is they're trying to avoid feeling these feelings, because these feelings are connected to a traumatic experience or a memory that has been haunting them for many years, which is hidden in the layers of their subconscious mind. But on the conscious level, on the face level, you're doing everything. You're going to work, you're meeting people, you're talking to people, you're dating, you're doing blah, 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 you're watching a movie. But all these feelings, they are hidden inside. But when you are in the twin flame journey, and when you get triggered by the divine feminine or the divine masculine, and most importantly, when you're in the separation period, Dark Night of the Soul can happen also during the union or after unions. It's not necessary that it will only happen in separation, but in separation, it obviously has more dominant feeling, more dominant effect. So when you have this feeling, because you've still not figured out, and your union has also been on and off for some of you, you've still not figured out that all of these negativity, all of this, there's this feeling that you don't have the control, you're powerless, it's all coming from somewhere. That point you need to find out. So every Dark Night of the Soul comes with guaranteed freedom. But it depends on you, how long are you going to take to get out of it. You can get out of a Dark Night of the Soul in one day, in 1 hour, even in 1 minute. But it depends on the mastery of the spiritual practice that you're doing. Or that you're connected to some superior entity or some very protective, benevolent entity that is sending out this information to you. It's answering to you, it's talking to you, it protects you. So in any case, whether you have a master, whether you have a guru who's there to teach you, you have a teacher, or you are involved in some kind of a practice which is supposed to make your mind stronger. So this whole journey is all about being in the present full power. Dark night of the soul takes you away from the present moment. This is a fact. All of these worldly things that you see that are happening around you, they're all supposed to take you away from the actual meaning of life. The actual meaning of life is to be here, in the now. When you are going through a dark night of the soul, there is a feeling, there's some traumatic experience, there's a feeling in the base which is come out in the open, and it has created a wound, a bad wound, a wound that pains, there is blood in it. Now you can do two things. You can either just put on some bandage into it and keep covering it up and keep moving on and eat painkillers. So a lot of people are in addictions right now, and the dark night of the soul is also a result of this addiction. Maybe you took some drugs at a party, maybe you tried something out, or maybe you are addicted to simple things like coffee. You are drinking like 10 cups of coffee in a day. It is actually spoiling your blood pressure. It's going up and down, up and down. So these are the things, many things. Or you are involved in a karmic situation. You know that this person is an addiction. You know this person is giving me more pain, much more pain than I had thought. I thought that my partner was a horrible person, was an asshole or a bitch, but look at this person. This person is even worse. Worst mistake of my life, worst shit that I'm going through. And now I'm stuck in this because I'm addicted to this feeling. You know, I'm addicted. This person calls me up and I'm like, okay, available. So slowly and gradually, you learn to make boundaries with people. You learn to actually decipher this fact that your time is important and you are the deciding factor of where your time goes to, and your time should only go in the present moment. Now, all of the great masters have always taught you one thing, that stay in the moment. So they give you various practices. Either it is focusing on your third eye, or you're supposed to chant the same word again and again, which is the name of the divine. And you do it in such a way that you become like a master in that field, that not even for a moment, not even for a second, you are deviated. Even if you have the worst problems in front of you, even if you have the worst situations, even if you literally have a demon ghost standing in front of you, dancing in front of you, you know that this is just an illusion of the mind. The mind is playing a trick on you. The mind can play a trick on you in form of a person, a situation, a place, or anything. But you have to understand that this is just the dark night of the soul. Dark night means what? That you are trapped in a time zone. There is no such thing as one time, as singular. There is a division of light and dark, day and night, right and wrong. And the negative has more power over you right now. And let me tell you, when you go through the dark night of the soul and when you start working things out, and slowly and gradually the dark night of the soul cannot overpower you, and instead of taking say 1 year, 7 months, 6 months, 4 months, I have been through this. I am talking from my experience. I have been in very long dark nights, and I have been in very, very small dark nights which are just over a few seconds or a few minutes. And it is your intelligence, your practicality, your balance of emotion and logic that can bring you out of it. And you can tell yourself that this is real or not. That simply what it's trying to do is take me out from the present moment. Put me in a trap. Put me in the trap of the time. Time as a concept. And there's a very important theory by Einstein which says that time is basically relative. And when I say time is relative, the theory of relativity, how I'm trying to connect it here is that even in this theory, time is relative as per the person who is experiencing time, which means the observer decides the speed of time, okay, whether it's fast or whether it's slow. And whatever the observer is feeling. This is exactly how a dark night of the soul can be seen too, because if you, being the observer, are going to give a lot of importance to it, then it will have more power over you. But if you're going to be smart, and instead of totally negating it, totally ignoring it, because the dark night of the soul is a gift for you, instead of totally negating it, try to think, go to the core as to what is causing this feeling. Where is this feeling coming from? And always you will see that these feelings come from either your childhood or your adolescence. These are the only two places where these feelings have been creeping up from. And they can be smallest things that have led to you building up a belief that you're unworthy and unlovable. Don't think only big things created. It can be a small thing, like say you ask your father to look at a drawing that you've made, a painting that you've made. Just look at it, and just look at it, because children don't want much. But your father is so busy, he's busy over the phone, or he's going for some business trip, that he tells you that, hey, I don't have the time to look at your painting. When I come back, I will look at it. A week later, so you have already developed this feeling that your father did not give you the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement may sound like a very big thing, acknowledgement, a heavy word, but it's very simple. It's just being present to something. That's it. You acknowledge it. You're not attached into it. You're not sympathizing with it. You're not doing anything but just saying, yeah, yes, okay, fine. Not even saying good or bad, okay? 1 week later, your father comes home and you've been waiting for a week just so that he acknowledges the painting or the drawing that you want to show to him. He comes back, he has a fight with your mother, and he's in a very bad mood. He wants to have a drink or two. You come back to him again and you say, hey dad, can you look at my painting? And you're not like, hey dad, but you're like, dada, please, can you look at the painting? And he's in such a bad mood. It's nothing to do with you. It's not like your painting is bad or you are a bad person. You don't deserve his attention. It's just that he is caught in the worldly things. He himself is caught up in the worldly things. He himself is doing all those human things that other humans are busy doing. So he's so pissed off, he slaps you. And he tells you to do not disturb him. Get lost from here after that one tight slap that you get. You've already been waiting for a week. The thing has built up in you, and this one slap is everything. And with this one slap, you're going to create a feeling that you are unworthy, that you are the wrong person, that something is bad about you, that you are unworthy. You know, you are not someone that should be loved by your own father. So father is the closest person. So normally we pick up these things from our family members, immediate family members, mother, father. It's not like you want to blame them, because they are also victims of other victims, and it's an ancestral chart. There are so many beliefs and patterns and templates that are being flowing down from your, say, great grandfather, your forefathers, to your grandfather, to your father, and to you now. And you are the person who can create a change. You are a person who can heal your template. And dark night of the soul, if you see it like a gift, because initially this is what it happens. First, you get irritated with it. You get scared of it, because it will give you all sorts of things like body pain, disease, tension. I remember once I had cold and bad throat, a sore throat and cold, along with body pain and slight fever, for almost 2 months. And 2 months I was in the bed. I could not do anything. If I would get up in between, yeah, I would dress up, but again I would be back in the same state. And it went on for 2 months, and after 2 months I was done with it. I was like, I cannot take this shit anymore. This is not bigger than me. I have created it. So I started reading about it. I started studying about it. And then it struck to me that it was dark night of the soul, because for many days I kept thinking that this is a disease. So disease can come and you will think it's a disease. You will keep on curing it. You will keep on going to the doctor. You'll keep on taking painkillers or some or the other medicine or something. But it's not going to help. It's not going to work, because it's coming from a feeling of helplessness, powerlessness, dependency. Worst is dependency. So your divine masculine decides to cheat on you, goes away somewhere, or you have a big fight. There are some rude words he says to you or she says to you. Both, like I said, it's a singular perspective, so it's coming from both. and you guys are thinking that this is the worst human being I've ever been with. And in case of Divine Feminine, obviously she first is after this man, because she is the one who knows that he's the one. So she's after him. She's trying to tell him through various signals, signs, words, even directly that, hey, you know, we have this blah 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 going on. And this other person is freaking out. Initially, obviously, they feel this intense connection, they feel this love, and then they feel like, oh my god, this person is so weird. What's wrong with her or him? Why are they talking like this? What do they mean about these dimensions, outwardly things, soul, aura, blah blah blah? So they freak out. They don't want to know all this. They don't want to hear all this. They've never heard all this or never gone through these type of communications or conversations with other people, their friends especially. But they always had an inkling to it. They always had a feeling about it. They always knew that there is something bigger and, you know, like more inclusive than just the regular reality that we have a life. We are supposed to be born and then study and then get married and then have children and then die, and then that's it, that's earth. This is what they've been thinking for all these years. So dark night of the soul, number one, why is it happening? Because there's something that needs to be healed. Number two, how long is it gonna say? Depends on you, totally depends on you. Number three, how do you fix it? How do you snap out of it? Find the core problem. Get into it. Yes, it's going to be very irritating, annoying. You will cry a lot. But instead of going through all the bodily pain, it's better you cry it out. So try, there are techniques. So the idea is to come back into the present moment. The idea is to leave that heavy, dark feeling behind. It's gone. It's in the past. And to your child, inner child, you have to tell this, that whatever happened during my childhood and my adolescence is gone. And it does not mean that I am unworthy of love. So you are going to create scenarios in your life, like situations, and you'll create relationships, and you'll create even the separation phase with your divine counterpart, so that you understand the deeper issues, because you have to do a lot of big things in life. There's so much other than what you see in your regular reality. There is a lot happening. A lot happening. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on it. Just because you're scared right now, you're unhealthy, you're pissed off, you're confused, do not give up on this, okay? Otherwise, you'll be stuck for a long time. Just get out of it. Step up. You need to step up from this traumatic experience, because all of this is connected to your body and life. And this journey is about clearing the attachments of the body, of the mind, and being in touch with the source, with the divine connection. So the union is not just union between a man and woman. And this is why, you know, there is a lot of argument in the twin flame world, because a lot of twin flamers feel that the twin flame connection is purely romantic connection, or romance is one of the things. I would tell you this, and a lot of others, genuine people, will tell you the same damn thing, that twin flame is not just romantic connection. It is not a romantic connection. It's not for romance. It's for a higher purpose. It's for ambulance. So twin flame is for a much higher purpose. It is to awaken the subconscious reality within you, which is the actual reality. It is to create a singular connection in your life, a singular reality with no divisions, no duality. So it is the journey from duality to singularity. So it's obviously very, very, very important. And all these things like dating and meeting in the restaurant and doing this and doing all the couple things, you will realize later on in the journey, if you're watching this right now, that all of this is nothing as compared to the bliss you feel when you are one with the divine source. It's beautiful. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on that just because you're scared right now. So don't be scared. It's all right whether you're seeing demons right now in front of you, or you are seeing bad situations, you're seeing a lot of fights with your family members, you're going through a lot of pain and trauma. Everything will turn out fine, but you just have to be realistic, and you have to do the best in the given situation. And that can be anything. Whatever you feel is the best solution in a given situation, do that. Don't judge yourself when you do that. And that's all for now, and I wish you all the very best. And yeah, you're gonna get out of the dark night of the soul, because it's not bigger than you. You created it, so you know how to fix it.